guys, it's me. Hello. We are going to actually talk about the three things, I believe it's 3 or 4 things that are the barrier to your new vegetarian diet, vegan diet, Ayurvedic diet, or whatever kind of journey that you feel you're on, even if it's just a weight loss journey. The things that are really going to stop you when it comes to your diet, I've wrote them down because I feel like they're very significant. The first thing I feel that's going to come in the way of your diet, of course, is people. They're going to say, no, you shouldn't do this. Maybe it's not for you. This isn't you. And sometimes when people are, sort of, I won't say judging you about what you're doing, but, questioning it, it can make you have a feeling of imposter syndrome. Like, am I really doing this? Why am I really doing this? Maybe this doesn't really make sense. Well, I want to tell you it does make sense, and you know why you did it, and you should go ahead and you should keep doing it. You shouldn't feel like, you have to do it, where it's rock solid and you can't have days where you fall off the horse or, you give yourself a break. I think it's important to be gentle to yourself and kind to yourself. So go on this journey, and even if other people don't understand it, it's important to be aware that you can still do it. And while we're on that subject, I want to add in one other thing. Now, I know there are people who say there are some people that can't go on your journey, so you just have to leave them behind. Well, in real life, I have found that doesn't work. There are some people that's got to go on your journey because it's your mom, or it's because it's your sibling, or it's a coworker, or whatever it is. The thing that I want to say about that is that if you're going to eat something, if you're going to do something with them, make sure it doesn't involve eating, so that you can skip the come on, have the piece of cake, or come on, eat the steak, eat the chicken, whatever. If they're going to do that, then only do things with them that don't involve food. Another thing you can do is, if it is going to involve food, make sure you order first. And I know you've never heard of this before, but I'm telling you this because this is something that I do sometimes. If I know I'm going someplace and, maybe I feel like, this was in the early time before I got more confident in just being a vegetarian, I would try and order first. When I'm going to the restaurant, think of what it is that I'm going to get. When I get there, order first. That way people aren't, trying to help you make choices about your food and tell you why you need to have a steak instead. So that's one thing that you can do. And that's just when it comes to people. Some people you can't leave behind, okay? You're just going on a food or diet journey, and they don't need to be left behind, but they do need to be managed in how they fit into your life, particularly when you're eating or around times when you're going to eat. Another thing that's an absolute killer when it comes to your journey, your diet, or whatever kind of journey that you're going on if you're a vegetarian, and that is eating out. Like, it's already hard enough to be a vegetarian and eat out. Let me tell you this from experience. It's just nothing out there. So eating out is really bad because, one, they add a lot of extra stuff to it because they want it to taste good and they want you to come back. So that's one. But the second thing is that when you go out and you eat out with others, if you have a tendency to eat more, and they give you bigger portions on the plate. And so I want to suggest, if you're a vegetarian, then definitely try to eat in, because the portions that they give you are really huge, and usually they're the large, huge portions of things you don't need, like pasta or potatoes, because they're going to give you these gigantic portions of the bad kind of food, the starches, the rice, the potatoes, rather than the green foods and, the high nutrient foods. And only you in your own home and cooking it yourself can truly make yourself the size of nutrient-rich food that you actually need in order to continue your diet. And another barrier is, of course, going to be vitamins. You absolutely need vitamins as a person who is either a vegetarian, a vegan. If you're on a special diet, you need to make sure you're getting all of those vitamins. And one of those vitamins that you absolutely need is vitamin B12. Like, B12 is amazing. And in another video, I'm going to tell you about a particular root that you can use that seems to have the same effect. Now, I don't know if it's B12, I'll have to look into that, but I do want to tell you about how you can use it and, get a similar effect. But I do want to let you know you're going to need those vegetables, and that means you're going to need, those vitamins. You're going to need those vitamins. And so if you're going to need the vitamins, you might have to take a supplement, and that just will have to be what it is, but you definitely need B12. So the final point about what is going to try to hinder your new diet journey, and that is bad thoughts and stress. And I put them in the same category because sometimes bad thoughts and stress are often the same thing. Often it's not a stressful situation, it's just how you think about it. So I want you to think about life in that way too. Yes, you might have some issues going on. I don't think there's any one of us who doesn't, but it really matters how you think about it. So the less you think of it as a problem and just something that you need to solve, the better it will be. So I want to encourage you that if you want to actually have a successful journey, one of the major things you really have to do is to start thinking positively about that journey. I want you to start thinking, okay, this is a good journey. I'm happy about this journey. I'm really looking forward to staying on this journey, encouraging other people who are in this journey, learning more about the journey that I'm on, no matter what it is. If you're trying the Ayurvedic diet or you're becoming a vegetarian like me, the thing is to be happy about that journey, be positive about that journey, and maybe those positive ideas and thoughts will actually sort of, spill over into other areas of life and you can be joyful. Like the idea of understanding that, yes, there will be things that will happen, but they don't have to be stressful. You can let go of the stress. And, we'll talk about some ways that you can relieve stress naturally and in a fun way. And I think that's really important because you have to remember cortisol is something that builds up in our bodies when we have a lot of stress. And so the only way to get rid of that is really don't take it seriously. Don't take it personally. You'll get over it. It'll change. Things will be different. And so it's really important to keep that positive mind when it comes to your health, when it comes to your journey, whether it's vegetarian or whatever it may be. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in. I hope those ideas helped you and you were able to learn something. And if you can think of ways that you can relieve stress or barriers to your new diet, put it down at the bottom and share with others. Share with others what it is that you did that made things better and that made things easier, made your journey a little bit easier. So guys, thank you so much for tuning in.